By Alan McGuinness, news reporter ousted Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe is quite jovial despite being forced to resign, according to his nephew. Leo Mugabe said his 93-year-old uncle, who had ruled the country since it gained independence from Britain in 1980, was fine and upbeat about his future. The son of Mr. Mugabe's late sister Sabina told the AFP news agency he is fine. "I have been to see him, he is quite jovial." Video: Zimbabwe's new president is sworn in. He is actually looking forward to his new life, farming and staying at the rural home. He has taken it well. He did not address reports the former president was given a $10 million retirement bonus as part of a deal that persuaded him to resign earlier this week after 37 years in power. Leo added that Mr. Mugabe's wife Grace, who was being positioned to succeed her husband before the military intervened, is concentrating on plans to build a university in his honor. Video: faint applause as Mnangagwa thanks Father Mugabe. "I like the spirit she has, she is with him all the time. She is an amazing person. She wants to continue planning the Robert Mugabe University so they have something to do," Leo said. Controversial plans for a $1 billion postgraduate university in Mazo, 20 miles from the capital Harare, were announced in August. On the terms of exit settlement, the Zimbabwe Independent newspaper has reported that Mr. Mugabe was given a $10 million lump sum, immunity from prosecution and allowed to keep his assets. He will still get his salary, in line with the constitution, while Mrs. Mugabe will reportedly receive half her husband's pay after his death. Video: the crocodile set to lead Zimbabwe asked about the deal. Mr. Mugabe's spokesman George Karamba said that the package of a retiring president will be defined by law. He said immunity had never come up during the talks between Mr. Mugabe and the army chiefs who briefly put him under house arrest. The current whereabouts of Mr. and Mrs. Mugabe are not known. The chain of events that led to Mr. Mugabe's downfall was sparked when he sacked his vice president, Emmerson Mnangagwa. Video: Robert Mugabe end of the dictator. This prompted the military to intervene and usher in Mr. Mnangagwa as Mr. Mugabe's successor. Known as the crocodile, Zimbabwe's new leader has vowed to bring in sweeping changes to jumpstart the nation's struggling economy. He also paid tribute to Mr. Mugabe in his inaugural address, describing him as one of the founding fathers of our nation. But critics have expressed fears Mr. Mnangagwa, who has been accused of overseeing violence and ethnic massacres, could prove to be just as authoritarian as Mr. Mugabe.